50 Cent is one of the biggest rappers in America. His debut album is everywhere. His songs dominate radio. His face is on television. His concerts sell out. Millions of dollars are finally starting to arrive. And after everything he's survived, most people would assume the hardest part is over. They would be wrong. Because the deal that changes his life doesn't come from a record label. It doesn't come from a concert promoter. It doesn't even come from the music industry. Instead, it comes from a small beverage company. A company most people have never heard of. A company struggling to compete against giants. A company that cannot afford to pay him what he's worth. So they offer him something else: ownership. At first glance, it doesn't look like much, a small stake in a vitamin drink. Years later, that stake will be worth more than most musicians make in an entire career. And it will help transform a former drug dealer from Queens into one of the richest figures in hip-hop history. But to understand why he takes that deal, you have to start long before the money, back when survival was the only goal. Curtis James Jackson III is born in South Jamaica, Queens. This is not the New York tourists imagine. This is a place where opportunity feels distant, where violence is normal, where money moves through streets faster than through banks. His mother, Sabrina, raises him alone. She sells drugs, not because she wants to, because she believes there are few other options. For a while, the arrangement works. There is food, there is shelter, there is stability. Then everything changes. When Curtis is 8 years old, his mother dies, suddenly, unexpectedly. The protection disappears overnight. The money disappears. The future becomes uncertain. He moves in with his grandparents, but the lesson stays with him. Money matters. Because when money disappears, everything else can disappear with it. As a teenager, he starts selling drugs himself. Not because he dreams of becoming rich, because he sees no better path. At this stage, nobody is talking about music. Nobody is talking about business. Nobody is talking about investment portfolios. The goal is much simpler. Make it through another day. Then rap enters the picture, not as a hobby, as an escape route. 50 Cent starts building a reputation in New York's underground scene. His lyrics are raw, aggressive, authentic. People believe him because he lived it. Record labels begin paying attention. For the first time, a different future seems possible. Then disaster strikes. May 2000. Someone ambushes him outside his grandmother's house. 9 bullets. One enters his hand, another hits his arm. Others hit his legs, his chest, his face. Blood covers the vehicle. Witnesses assume he's dead. Doctors are not sure he will survive. Many people wouldn't. Some never regain normal speech. Some never walk the same way again. 50 Cent survives, but survival comes with consequences. His jaw is damaged. His voice changes permanently. The career he is trying to build suddenly looks uncertain. Labels become nervous. Investors disappear. The music industry loves potential. It hates risk. And now, 50 Cent looks risky. For many artists, this is where the story ends. For him, it becomes the beginning. Recovery turns into motivation. He starts recording again, relentlessly. Mixtapes begin circulating across New York, then across America. People become fascinated by the story. The rapper who survived 9 bullets, the rapper nobody could silence. The buzz grows larger every month until it reaches 2 people who understand attention better than almost anyone else: Eminem, Dr. Dre. They hear the music, they see the potential, and they move quickly. In 2002, 50 Cent signs with Shady Records and Aftermath Entertainment. The opportunity changes everything. 1 year later, he releases Get Rich or Die Tryin'. The title feels less like marketing and more like a summary of his life. The album explodes. Nearly 1 million copies sold during its first week. Millions more follow. Suddenly, the money arrives. Fast. Estimated net worth, around $5 million. Estimated net worth, around $15 million. Estimated net worth, around $25 million. For most artists, this would be the dream. The mansion, the cars, the jewelry, the fame. But 50 Cent keeps noticing something. The richest people around him aren't always the most famous. They're the owners. The people collecting checks whether they work or not. The people who own assets. And that observation is about to change everything. Around the same time, a beverage company called Glasso is growing quietly. Its flagship product is called Vitaminwater. The concept is simple: enhanced water with vitamins. Nothing revolutionary, nothing that looks like a billion-dollar opportunity, at least not yet. The company wants visibility. It wants cultural relevance. It wants attention. And 50 Cent understands attention better than most executives. Discussions begin. An endorsement deal seems obvious. Pay the celebrity, film commercials, move on. That's how these relationships usually work. But this negotiation is different, because the company doesn't just offer cash, it offers equity, ownership, a piece of the business itself. Most celebrities would have taken the guaranteed money. Guaranteed money feels safe. Ownership feels uncertain, especially in a company that has not yet become a giant. But 50 Cent sees something others don't. If the company succeeds, the upside is unlimited. A paycheck has a ceiling. Ownership doesn't. So he takes the stake and quietly becomes part of the business. Almost nobody notices. The headlines stay focused on music, not investments, not equity, not ownership. The most important financial decision of his life happens in the background. "2004 becomes 2005. Then 2006. Vitaminwater keeps growing. Distribution expands, sales accelerate, new customers appear everywhere: supermarkets, gyms, convenience stores. The company starts attracting serious attention. Investors begin looking closer. Competitors begin looking nervous. And every time the company becomes more valuable, so does 50 Cent's stake. Without recording another album, without performing another concert, without stepping onto a stage, his wealth starts growing in a different way. The difference is subtle, but important. Artists earn income. Owners build equity. One pays today's bills, the other builds tomorrow's fortune. And by now, 50 Cent is playing both games at once. The public still sees a rapper. Behind the scenes, he is becoming an investor. Then comes 2007, the moment that changes everything. Rumors begin spreading. A giant is interested, not a competitor, not a startup. Coca-Cola, one of the most powerful beverage companies in the world. The discussions intensify. Analysts start calculating numbers. Investors start paying attention. Then the announcement arrives. Coca-Cola acquires Glasso. Purchase price, $4.1 billion. Wall Street is stunned. The beverage industry is stunned. And suddenly, everyone wants to know the same thing. How much is 50 Cent going to make? The exact numbers remain private, but estimates explode. Some reports suggest around $60 million after taxes. Others suggest substantially more. Whatever the true figure is, one thing becomes clear. The vitamin drink generated more wealth than many artists earn from decades of music. Almost overnight, his net worth surges. Estimated wealth jumps toward $100 million, not because of a hit song, because of ownership. The lesson becomes impossible to ignore. From this point forward, 50 Cent approaches money differently. Music remains important, but music is no longer the entire strategy. He begins exploring television, production, licensing, brand partnerships, investments. The goal changes. The objective is no longer to make money. The objective is to build assets. Assets that continue generating money, whether he is working or not, year after year, deal after deal. The transformation is gradual, but it is real. The former drug dealer is becoming a businessman, and the businessman is becoming wealthier than the rapper. Then comes another twist. Headlines explode across the internet. 50 Cent files for bankruptcy. The reaction is immediate. People laugh. Critics celebrate. Commentators declare the empire finished. The story seems familiar. A celebrity gets rich, spends too much, loses everything. Except the reality is more complicated. Bankruptcy does not automatically mean poverty. Many assets remain protected. Many investments remain intact. Many businesses continue operating. The public sees collapse. Lawyers see restructuring. And once again, 50 Cent survives a situation many assume will destroy him. Just like the shooting, just like the streets, just like every setback before. Then comes Power, a television series that becomes a massive success. New audiences discover him, new revenue streams emerge, new partnerships follow. The comeback is not explosive. It is strategic, built piece by piece, the same way wealth is usually built, slowly, methodically, over time. By the early 2020s, estimates place his net worth well above $40 million. Some estimates climb much higher. The exact number matters less than the lesson, because the biggest financial breakthrough of his life happened years earlier, when he chose ownership over cash. Most people think 50 Cent became rich because of rap. Rap made him famous. Rap opened the doors. Rap created the opportunities. But fame was never the asset. Ownership was. In South Jamaica, Queens, Curtis Jackson learned how quickly money could disappear. After surviving 9 bullets, he learned how quickly life could disappear. And after investing in a small beverage company, he learned how wealth is actually created. Not through attention, not through applause, not through headlines, through ownership. A stake in a vitamin drink, a decision most people ignored, and a deal that ultimately became worth far more than anyone expected. Because the most valuable thing 50 Cent ever sold wasn't an album. It was the moment he stopped thinking like a rapper and started thinking like an owner.